I Love You, Man. Um, a good comedy, appreciated. It has 70 as a meta score. That is the average evaluation, so to say, made by the most relevant critics and available on the International Movie Database. Indeed, Paul Rudd as Peter, the hero of this romantic comedy, is charming, especially on those billboards. His friend, the one who is in the title, I Love You Man, I guess, buys some billboards for him, and on those billboards, Peter, who is a real estate agent, is shown with a mustache as James Bond and in various other positions. It's funny, it has an impact. Although we're not sure, Peter is not sure, when Cindy comes with a question, the demand for some money, it's a loan, $8,000. That's a lot. He is early on in the very beginning, actually, going to marry Zoe. As to why, the question will be posed at one point. Why do you want to marry? And he's asking her in return, and the answer from her part is to split. She's going away when she's asked that question. So, in other words, the funny situations, some challenges, some issues on relationships, would be marriages. But if you want to know more on the subject, this is not the movie where you get the best advice. Indeed, it is rather strange, and we are asked perhaps to love, appreciate some characters which have quite a few flaws. I'm thinking Sydney and his dog as he defecates and he says, "Funny, really? Well, it's biological manure. It helps." Yeah, Peter says, but this is cement. What manure is? And then someone steps in the pool and shouts, "Well, man, you have to get the..." And the answer for Sydney is a scene. He becomes infuriated, enraged. He's like a lunatic. For some reason, I was thinking Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but of course, that's a man who's supposed to be crazy, locked in the mental institute, but he's not. And eventually, he's made a vegetable because of the system. So that's not. I don't know why I thought of that. It's maybe just because of the cuckoo's nest, the mental institution. But anyway, so you're supposed to like that guy. I mean, he's rather despicable, at least in that scene. And he does it again, or am I confused here? Anyway, so no, this is not the inspiration. These are not role models, I would say. Charming as Peter is, he has some issues. Arguably, that makes characters more interesting. Real people are not one-sided. They're not perfect. But anyway, in terms of relationships, you better find the book, The Seven Principles of Making Marriage Work. John Gottman, he's the expert. You should ask him, not look at Sydney in I Love You Man. That's an expert who had a over 90% accuracy rate. In other words, you would look at couples, watch them interact for 5 minutes or less, and he would say with an accuracy rate of over 90%, these will stay together, or these they will not. It's reputed to walk into a restaurant and be able to hear some conversations and have a diagnosis. Why? Well, outliers. He had more than 10,000 hours of practice, exercise, study over 10 years. outliers Malcolm Gladwell, and he's the best in the field. As for I Love You Man, well, lovely. Maybe. My verdict is mixed. I'm thinking maybe 8 out of 10.